a lot of jobs in my life, and the thing I've learned the most is there's a lot of crazy people out there. So let's get right into this with the Subway knife fight. Now this is going to be a little bit of a wild story. So I was working a night shift job as a grocery store stocker. And during my lunch break, I decided I was going to go get some food. I decided to go to the one place open, the Subway at the gas station. And you know, I roll on in there and it's super busy for the middle of the night. They're getting overloaded orders. There's probably 13, 14 people in that store. And there's 2 people behind the counter. And they're stressing out bad.
Hi, welcome to Subway. What may I get you?
Stay the fuck behind the line.
Yeah, I'll take a Italian BMT.
Okay, great. Fuck.
Are you really swearing while taking people's orders?
Yes, I am, and if you come behind this line, I'll fucking kill you.
Oh, no, she didn't.
Oh, what the fuck? The customers. So this first customer is what I call the lot lizard. So my second job ever was at a truck stop sub shop. That is a tongue twister, but you know damn well there's some suspect people coming through this place. And this one shift I was alone for the night, and it was pretty quiet. You know, that's fine by me, I'm just down to hang out. But suddenly a lot lizard walks in, and they're strung the fuck out. And it went a little bit like this. Hey, what can I get you?
Yeah, can I get a foot-long meatball sub with double meat?
And for you lads that don't know, a meatball sub is a mess, but a double meatball sub is an atrocity. Sure thing. Just fair warning though, this won't be the easiest thing to eat.
Yeah, I know, that's fine.
Okay, so what would you like for your veggies on this?
Everything.
Yo, are they messing with me? Okay, I don't know if I'll be able to wrap this up.
That's fine, I'll eat it here.
Alright, now how about the sauce? Don't you fucking dare do what I think you're about to.
Every single sauce with extra mayo and extra oil.
Are you really sure you want me to do this? This thing will be dripping. And it's gonna be pretty soggy, I'm gonna warn you right now.
Yeah, that's okay with me.
Okay. Your total will be $22.53.
Actually, I don't actually have any money, so...
Wait, what do you mean you don't have any money?
I have $3.
Well, that's not enough. It's $22.53.
What do you mean that's not enough? So you're just gonna throw it away? How the fuck are you gonna just throw it away? That's not okay. My fucking god, what do you mean you're gonna fucking throw it away? Oh my fucking god.
Okay, fine, you can have it. Just get out of here with it. I don't get paid enough for this, personally. Just take it and leave. And as she left with the sub, the wrap sub literally left a fucking oil spill from the amount of liquids coming out of that thing. So another customer at a different sub shop I had is what I would like to call the Karen marriage. So a married couple walks on in, and everything was fine until we were nearly finished with our sub, and then Mr. Karen lost his shit because we had the wrong bread.
You fucking idiots, how'd you get the wrong bread? This isn't what I asked for.
Oh, our bad. Sorry, we can remake it.
No, this is unacceptable. I want a refund. But we need this to eat, honey. Oh, we'll just eat somewhere else. This is absolutely unacceptable, I tell you what.
So we end up giving them their refund, and as they walk out, they end up giving us the good old bird. And I don't really understand why. It was just the wrong bread. But hey, you never know what's going through someone else's head, I suppose. So now we are on to the employees. Now, I've had a lot more issues with fellow employees than I have with customers. For some odd reason, it's part of that low-paying job type of atmosphere, I feel like. And so at the same sub shop with the Karen marriage couple, we have some crazy workers there too. The manager was bipolar, and he actually had the fucking Joker issue. If you guys ever seen the Joker movie, the dude just laughs at random. He had that issue. And so one day I see that manager and a couple other people go into the basement. And I was like, okay, I gotta see what this is all about. And so I go down there, and this basement is weird as can be. There was a staircase that led to nowhere, and there was light bulbs glued to the walls. And then I walk past this brick wall divider, and they're lighting a fucking bowl up, bro. They're fucking smoking. So another time, I was a delivery driver, right? And I needed a bag of chips for an order. The only issue was, the bag of chips was right underneath the meat slicer. Hey, can you grab me a bag of original chips real quick? Hey, can you move? I need to grab a bag of chips from underneath that table. How does she not hear me? I guess I'll just tap on her shoulder real quick. Hey.
Don't fucking touch me.
Whoa, just chill out. I just needed a bag of chips. And you were ignoring me.
I heard you.
But she didn't respond at all, so, like, what am I supposed to expect? And she then filed a complaint against me, and they tried to make me sign a form, but I wouldn't. And I talked to the area manager and explained, and he let me go with the only term being I had to say sorry to her. And me being the asshole I was back then, I said, sorry if something has happened to you in your past, but that ain't me. I know, it's a little rude, but honestly, I think it's rude to falsely accuse someone of something. But from that day on, it created an uncomfortable work environment. And because me being me, after that I tried keeping 6 feet away from her, and the manager also told me to keep my distance at all times, which is hard in a small kitchen, and eventually I got fired because I wouldn't get on the sandwich line next to her. I wasn't about to fuck around and find out what happens when I stand near the crazy lady. And finally, we are away from the sub shops, and you would hope that I would escape the crazy, but not a chance. I was a night stalker at a grocery store, and the job was pretty simple. You read labels and put items on a shelf. And there was this guy who was a 20-year Walmart veteran. He was forklift certified and all who worked there. And homie had the job down to a science. I think he used some kind of drug to do his job because his pupils were always giant disc. And he was always dripping in sweat. We'll call him Dorbus. And Dorbus would often lurk staring down the aisles to see for any problems. And 95% of the time he would find a problem and he would make it clear by yelling at you, insulting you.
Hey bro, what the fuck are you doing? You're supposed to face the label 95 degrees, not 94, you fucking moron.
And it should be kept in mind, this dude wasn't a team leader or a manager. I had the same job title as him, and he worked there for 20 years, and I worked there for like a week. Which is honestly, that's pretty bad if you never got promoted in 20 years. So since this was the night shift, we could wear headphones while we work, and apparently after the store opens, you are supposed to take them off, and I didn't know that. And Doris walks up to me and says,
"Do you think I'm stupid, huh?"
Wait, what are you talking about?
You're wearing headphones after we opened. You can't fucking do that, you damn idiot.
Okay, bro. I won't wear them. I didn't know, but I'd appreciate it if management would tell me this instead.
You think you're better than me, huh? You fucking think you're better than me, bro?
Bro, simmer down a bit. This isn't a big deal. If it's a real problem, management will tell me. And so later on, I talked to management, and they told Dorbus to not come near me anymore. And I told management, I'm guessing this isn't the first time this has happened, and it wasn't. And here's the last story of how I got fired from my very first job. So I worked at a pizza place, a very big chain restaurant, and I would be answering the phones and doing the dishes. And the dishwasher was really loud and it was right behind the phones. So it was sometimes kind of hard to hear the customers on the phone. But one day I picked up the phone call and I was trying to do an order with the customer, and the manager was screaming about some ghetto story, and it went a little bit like this. Hello, thanks for calling Big Brand Pizza. How may I help you today?
Yeah, so me and my baby daddy are having some arguments between a little bit of
I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time hearing you. Can you give me a second?
So I can't really do that for
Hey, can you quiet down for a second? I can't hear the customer on the phone. Just let me do this call first and then you can go back to your story.
Oh no, you did not just say that to me, I tell you what.
And she kept on going with her story either way. So I tried getting the customer's order taken properly, and it ended up taking an extra 10 minutes. And they weren't too happy about that. And after that, I got fired because I was disrespectful to management. So sometimes you just gotta really try not creating problems. Thus to the overall body and mind, starting with the least damage to the most.
Emotional damage!
So here we are with level 1, the fast food fool. You know, when you work in a customer facing job like this, you often get treated like a second class citizen. One time I was spinning a sign for a pizza place and had people shout all kinds of profanity at me when driving by. I mean, I was near a ghetto apartment complex, but it went a bit like this.
Hey, you loser.
Oh no, you did not. Whew. And you know, within regular schedules and the moderately accepted drug use on the job, it always makes it a very stable environment.
Hey, I'll take a number 9, fat boy.
Give me a number 9, just like his. Let me get a number 6 with extra dip.
I'll have 2 number 9s, a number 9 large, a number 6 with extra dip, a number 7, 2 number 45s, 1 with cheese, and a large soda.
Huh? You talking to me? And just to add to all this, the low pay of these jobs adds a lot of extra stress to people's life. And trying to make ends meet can just make things a little bit more difficult and put people on edge. I've seen many mental breakdowns in these environments.
But I am telling you right now, that mother back there is not real.
And here we are with level 2, the delivery diva. And while being a delivery driver is physically taxing and possibly taxing to the extroverts, it is a job where you spend all day alone. And you might even end up talking to yourself. Hey little box, hate to see you go. Safe journeys, homie. Yeah. Thanks. Wait, what? And with the mix of dog attacks, rolled ankles, and bad lifting form, this job can really just lead to some real pain in the body. I mean, all you need is one bad situation like this. Alright, here we go. Whoa! Ow! And there is a real positive to this job. Being out in nature and or just the world in general really does help your mental health as well. And when you walk all those steps in a day, it's really good for you. Unless of course you're selected to deliver to the less than safe side of certain areas. Then it goes like this. Well, that was easy enough. Alright, let's get back at it. What the... Yo, get out. You heard me. Shoo. And now we have level 3, the cleaning criminal. You know, I gotta say, cleaning toilets has gotta be one of the most degrading things. Maybe that's why it's an untouchable's job in the caste system in India. Alright, bucko, go clean the toilets. And I used to be a cleaner in a major factory, and I gotta say, once you go from the workers area to the executives area, you know, since everything's significantly better. You go from a lunchroom with generic furniture and a couple microwaves and a vending machine, but then you get to the higher up area, which has a basketball, hoop area, ping pong tables, lunch area as well is just crazy nice. They have a food store, serving line, they even had a brand new truck just chilling there as a prop. Sometimes I wonder why my life's been filled with all these polarities of human life. Look at that fool. And there was one other cleaning job I interviewed for. I didn't get it, but these cleaners were like the Navy SEALs of cleaners. They went up to the ceiling and wore a harness. I can only imagine the atrocities they end up seeing up in those spaces. Alright, keep raising me. Yo, what the? Yo, get me down. There's something up here. And coming in at level 4, we have the tradesman tribulation. You know, this is still a blue-collar job, but this is the good paying side of it, such as plumbers, electricians, HVAC, and so on. But these jobs do come with their own problems, especially physically. A lot of these people often have to get joints replaced, and fun fact, once you get that surgery, you no longer float in water. But hey, look at the bright side, you're still 60% water, or maybe without that joint, 59%. Oh good, he's waking up. Hello, Mr. Smith. I got some good news, and I got some bad news. News? What? Well, the good news is the surgery was a success, but the bad news is you're now made of less water. My condolences. No! And to be completely real with you lads, if you don't have any specific plans for after school, the trades is a good route since you can do it for a little and make some good money. And you know, something tells me with time these jobs will only pay more since it is an old man's industry. And you know what old men do? They tend to retire.
Check this out.
Got him. Hey kid, what are you doing? Stop. Now on to level 5. We have the warehouse swallowers. You ever got a paper cut before? Well, in this field, we're gonna do that one more time, but with cardboard. And I gotta say, it's not in my top 10 experiences. It went a little bit like this.
Hey bud, can you toss that to me?
Yeah, here you go. Oh no, what the? And I don't think all warehouses do this, but the one I worked at used hot glue tape, which is pretty much a tape dispenser that throws out glue-covered tape. And you put that on the boxes all day, you gotta peel that dirty glue off your hands by the end of it. And if that bothers you, then this job could be a bit difficult for you. Sometimes you gotta unload a truck as well, or load one, but this can be really heavy lifting, and it can lead to something like this. Come on, Joe, quit sitting around. And here we are with level 6, the Fear Factory. This is an absolute nightmare. I've worked in a couple of factories and either I'm not built for it or it's just actually insufferable. So in what factory I worked in, not a single person spoke English. Not even the manager, he spoke Cambodian. So when I'm trying to figure out what I was supposed to do, the best instructions they gave me went a little bit like this. 23, 23, 23. Wait, what do you mean? 23. What?
Sorry, me no speak English.
Okay. And I don't know what it is, but the conditions are just usually pretty brutal. Sometimes you do 12-hour shifts with no AC at all. And the two jobs I had the two extremes. One was shoveling frozen food into a machine, and it was to make frozen meals so it was colder than a fridge in there. The other one was pushing wood boards through a machine that looked like it was invented before the Model T. And you really want to know what the most brutal part of all this was? It was during the summer and there was no AC. But that's actually not the most brutal part. It gets worse. I had to stick my hand into the machine whenever something got caught in it. And I would pull it out, and you never know what's gonna happen. Like, if I did that long term, I imagine it would go a little like this.
Oh no, the machine's stuck. Go ahead and grab that piece out.
Okay. And here we are on the final frontier, level 7, the Construction Crusaders. You know, seeing how I lived in Arizona where it hits nearly 120 degrees on some days, I gotta give props to the construction workers for putting up with that, since you could not pay me enough to do that. I'm so pale, I might as well be reflective, so I'd die instantly. And it would probably look like this. Hey, welcome aboard. So we're gonna, what? And you know, we can't forget about the damage the sun can do to you. I mean, look at this truck driver who only had the sun on one side of his face. Or this guy who only wore jeans but never wore long sleeves. The sun is not to be messed with. I mean, I was in the 2nd grade, and on the 100th day of school, my teacher had us do this. Alright class, for the 100th day, we are going to stare at the sun for 100 seconds.
A few moments later.
Now if you did that, you're stupid. You shouldn't stare at the sun.
Really, bro?
But on the real, plus rep to all the construction folks for building the world. I know they get a lot of hate for blocking roads, but it's a necessary evil. But I know some jobs put you into a position where you may be mistreated. And a mindset I hold, or maybe even an ability per se, is I see myself in everything. So if I was gonna go kill a spider, I see the perspective of the spider. And it looks like this. Ew, what is that thing? I'm gonna take it out. And you don't need to be as extreme about it as I am, but you should at least live by the golden rule. Treat others how you want to be treated. And go ahead and leave a comment on what field you think ramen noodles is a food for poor college kids. But they never mention that you'll be poor very much past college. As you are fresh out of high school, they expect you to be prepared for everything they decided not to teach you about, such as...
Alright, before we proceed with the loan, we must check your credit score.
Wait, yo, what is a credit score? Hold up.
Well, you see, we need to check your credit worthiness if we are going to give you a bank loan.
You're trying to tell me this is going to dictate my whole future potential of being able to get loans and stuff and being able to get a house? And they didn't bother to tell me about this once during school? And you know we can't forget about how they push the huge decision of going to college or McDonald's. I mean, you're a naive 18-year-old who's often more interested in the college experience than the outcome. So this is often how that college discussion goes. So why do you actually want to go to college?
Well, you see, I want the college experience.
So by saying you want the college experience, pretty much you're saying you want to smash people, your financial life, and very well your internal organs while at it.
Well, no, but yeah, kinda.
Also, it's wild to me because all your life you've been told where to go and what to do until one day there's like, alright bro, make a life for yourself. And from my perspective, if you keep listening to others, your life's just often going to go like this.
Coming to bed, honey?
Yes, dear.
And you know, when you're younger, you imagine your 20s to be the time of exploration and fun, but you forgot something. You're broke. And this really does lead me to my biggest pet peeve. Self-exploration and finding yourself is the most cringe thing in the sense of how it usually is used. This is most of the time how people mean it. Hey, watch me down the shit right now, let's go! Hey, y'all come home with me? No, fuck. Oh my fucking head, bro. I regret this. And with this newfound independence often comes with a crushing realization of who's fucking up your life for you. Oh my gosh, bro, my life is going to shit. Why do they keep doing this to me? It's fucking me. It always has been. Oh no, how could this be? And as a child, you are saw with limitless potential, but once you're in your 20s, those fuck-ups are just a little bit less cute. So as a kid, you wanted to be an adult, but then once you're an adult, you figure out you were definitely wrong and you want to be a kid again.
Oh boy, I can't wait to be an adult.
One eternity later.
I wanna die. I'ma drink myself to sleep another night. Also, as an American, you know I can't forget about the fact that certain drugs become legal once you hit 21. And crazily enough, they're all relatively mind-numbing party drugs, but that's just besides the point. But usually once you turn 21, it becomes a whole lot less interesting since you were probably doing it before then anyways. But even though it's legal, when you buy it for your first time, you're still just a little bit nervous on it. Yeah, I'll take one vodka. Alright, I'm going to need to see your ID, sir. yeah, here it is. Alright, that will be the 2135.
12 o'clock midnight.
Skirt. And with social media, it's easier than ever to see where people from your class have landed, and I've noticed that the older I get, the farther that separation gets. So we're going to do a quick breakdown between people who made the wrong choices after school versus people who made the right choices. And this very well could be a little brutal, so take this with a grain of salt since this is a generalization and each individual has a unique story. So here we have the people who messed around for all their 20s and indulged in stupid and unhealthy life choices. And while they may have had some good stories, oftentimes they have more than stories to show for it, such as unplanned children, single parenthood, and possibly a disease or two. And quite likely have aged prematurely since alcohol and drugs can do that for you. And now we have the people who made the right choices, and beware that no one makes the right choices all the time. For example, I sold Dogecoin at a fraction of a cent. And if I sold it at the peak of 64 cents, your boy would have been retired now. It keeps me awake at night. Anyways, the right choices will be things such as avoiding clubs and parties, since oftentimes it's just not a great place to meet people. I'll use a college party I went to as an example. Yo, sorry, I can't let you in. Wait a minute, I know you from class, don't I? Yes, sir, that's me. I didn't actually know him. Oh, come on in. And within 5 minutes of me being there, this happened. Hey, you can fuck me if you want. And of course I did not take that offer. My type generally has morals and self-awareness. And another few minutes later, college security shows up and we all disperse. Anyways, back to the right choices, such as working out. I wish I started sooner so I could be pushing my natural peak at my age of 23. And you know we can't forget how much things have changed in recent times. Back way in the day, when people were in their early adulthood, their main thing that they had going on was a family, buying a house, getting a career set up with a company that's going to promote them throughout time and actually treat them well. But now we have this thing where people just don't have relationships, they don't have friends, they don't have family, they don't have a job that respects them, they just don't have a lot. We've become very selfish as a whole, and it's honestly a little scary. Alright, let me go find a job, let me go throw on a tie and walk into that business and go get it. Hi, nice to meet you, sir. Hey, I'm looking for a job, and I heard this is where I can find one. Oh, you're hired. You want the CEO position? And you know I would be lying if I was to say I don't miss summer break. It just feels much more imprisoning, because instead of having that big gap of time off to recover and all that, instead you're going non-stop throughout the whole year. Hey, Bill, what you gonna do for this summer break? Yo, Joe, you do realize we're adults. We're gonna work every morning, every single day. Besides that, a couple days for the weekend though. And on those, I'll have a beer. And with all the rising costs we have going on, with housing price, food prices, gas prices, it's getting very hard to be a young adult. Even paying for rent is relatively expensive. One of my friends was telling me how he had to move out because his rent was going up to $1,800 a month for a one-bedroom apartment. It's getting crazy out there. Alright, so the lease agreement, just sign right there. Wait. Does that say if I can't afford to pay, you'll take my kidney? Yes, sir. Sign it right now or else you're going to the streets where you belong. And the living for the weekend effect, honestly, to me, is kind of depressing. Even though the majority of people do it, I think the fact that you have to exist just for a couple days a week seems to be really just weird to me because you're only living 2 out of 7 days a week. And I think that's kind of odd. I don't know, maybe I'm a little weird for thinking that, but 2 out of 7, that's not a lot of days to live. Especially when you sleep for at least 1/3 of your day. Or should I say, you should be sleeping for a third of your day. Let's be honest, most people don't do that because there ain't enough time in the day to be getting proper sleep. Anyways, depending on your choices after school, your life really can be a dream or a nightmare.